Are you sick of sword fighting and want to do crime fighting instead? In Mysteria Ecclesiae, you get to be a detective. Henry is no longer a knight, he's just a dude. The DLC starts off basically like any other DLC. You go to Gutenberg because that's where the purple marker is. Once you arrive at the Mysteria Ecclesiae marker, you'll see this white building with a door. The door is pretty easy to open, you just open it, and when you get inside, you'll see Peter of Pisek, our good old friend from back in the days. Like you probably could have guessed, Peter needs our help with something, but...
What's it about?
An old friend of mine reached out to me, Albich of Uniczow. Does the name ring a bell?
You might remember him from occasions such as this.
Salve, Magister.
Cardinalis Pozzo. Me ministine me.
You might remember him from occasions such as this.
Guards, this man is not Cardinal Pozzo. He is a fake legate.
Ah. Luckily for us, Albich is just across the street helping some woman, and he gets interrupted twice. Once by me, and once by someone else.
Christ, give me strength. Another bunch of impatient wretches.
After helping him, he agrees to take us to the monastery.
Perhaps your company might come in handy at the monastery after all. What do you say?
Obviously, we say yes, and then we go with him to the monastery. Once we get to the monastery, some dude takes our weapons and we're weaponless for the rest of the game. Right now they're doing renovations, mainly because they have a huge gaping hole in the ground, but I'll come back to that later. The monastery is ran by the abbot. You might remember him. It's this guy.
Summarium faciemus.
But what does he need our help with? It turns out that the monastery might actually have a case of the plague.
So, this is the confessor.
The confessor, some girl named Blazena, and the third guy has caught the plague.
What do you make of it, Henry?
Luckily for the confessor, we have two doctors here, Albich and
Zacharias?
Zacharias, Sigismund's personal physician, and his boy Danej. They're here.
Young man, could we borrow you for
Slavik. Jeszek, yes?
What's going on here?
I dropped my purse somewhere along the way. A nice one, made of leather. Could you look for it?
We leave the infirmary and realize that outside there's an even bigger mystery. A girl?
I can't feel my legs or my back.
Turns out Henry doesn't know much about women, so we head to the one place where someone might know, the library. Good day. Library Crispin. I need to talk to you. I just need to look for books first. Ah, there's books here in the library. Now, Crispin.
Brother Crispin, I need some reading material about women's matters.
Women's matters?
The book in question is a book called The Rose Garden, and it's in the middle of the room. The Rose Garden? The book says that she has an inflammation of the lower passages, which can be cured using an anti-inflammatory potion that we need to brew. In order to brew this potion, we need to head to the garden. But that's not the only thing we found in the garden. We also find... Oh wait, Denez, what are you doing here?
Tell me something about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Where are you from?
I was born in Zadar. That is in Dalmatia by the sea.
Now that we know where Dalmatia is, we get to brew the potion and give it to the girl. I wonder what she thinks about it.
Foy. It smells like you boiled an old boot with rotten garlic. But what have I got to lose?
Spoiler alert, she gets the plague. The boss of another plague victim is very close by, so I stop by to ask him questions. Denyek?
You're Zdeněk, right? They say you're the steward here. I need to find out something about Blazena.
I think she's been stealing. Lately, food's been going missing from the pantry, and she and I are the only ones with a key. I was just about to throw her out, but then she fell ill.
We get an anonymous tip that Zdeněk has stolen something from her room, so we head to her room and steal something as well. We use the key that we borrowed to head down to the cellar, where we make a huge discovery.
Wine in a tub? But it looks watered down to me.
I know you're watering down the monastery wine.
I beg your pardon?
After being accused of counterfeiting his wares, he brings us somewhere to prove us wrong, but we prove him right. He tells us that he stole a key from Blazena's room.
It's for the monastery cellar.
You mean your cellar?
No, it's the key to the cellar under the monastery.
As we head back and I see a big well, I remember something I heard earlier.
I dropped my purse somewhere along the way. It was near that stone well in front of the main entrance to the church. Without that purse, I'd be a beggar. Not much of a reward, I know. You'll probably earn more working with Master Albich.
While debating my hourly pay, I decided to use the key to the cellar to head down into the cellar.
There's wine in the air. Someone must have spilled a cask.
But why? By following the trace of wine, we end up with a ladder that goes to nowhere, and a door that goes to a room.
What the? Hey! How did you get in here?
Who are you?
And who are you?
No, who are you?
I should be the one asking you. What is this place?
Christ's precious passion. May the Lord forgive us.
Forgive you for what? And who even are you?
Wojtek, we were writing a book here. All of us.
Wojtek and his friends have been writing a comedy book with good jokes.
Do you know why monks lie down in the meadow among the sheep? Because they're waiting for the good shepherd.
Who helped write your book?
Me, obviously Yaroslav, and Brother Ernest, and also Blazina.
I don't know who Ernest is, so we go to his room to check.
Christ! I'm too late.
A dead Ernest can't be a good thing, so we go tell Albich.
Did you find out anything about the others who are sick? Do they have anything in common?
I found out that Ernest, Yaroslav, and Blazina were meeting regularly. There's a secret copying workshop in the cellar.
You've all come. That can't mean anything good. The monastery is to be sealed. No one goes in, no one comes out. Tibi Domine, fratrum nostrum.
This calls for an investigation. Albich and I luckily agree, and he thinks that I should go.
Search the church crypt. If there's a plague grave down there, uncovered by that collapse, then at least we'll know for sure. Try speaking with the workers repairing the collapsed floor. In the best case, they might have noticed something.
In Italy, physicians wear a kind of hood with a mask.
After learning the latest in Italian fashion, I pack up all my things and head out to see if I can find the workers.
I just need to ask a few questions. You help me, I'll help you.
What do you mean?
You work here day in, day out, barely leaving the place, right? So if you ever need something, I'm your man.
I'd like to try something. Because of the plague, of course. You know what I mean. Bring me a couple of files and I'll tell you what I know.
He won't give us any information until we give him some alcohol. So we sneak into the Order's camp in order to steal the alcohol, which is obviously the best option for this quest. By best option, I mean the best option if you want to hide in the bush, get caught,
I'll take you
and be
straight
sent
to the
abbot.
and heed my word.
Now, for those of you who actually listened to what the guy said when he gave you the quest, you just head to the infirmary and take the alcohol from there. Once we have all the alcohol, we head straight back to asking some questions.
There are two groups of workers here. Us lot working above ground, and another lot working down in the crypt.
The first logical thing to do is to rob the people that work below ground, because they're not here, they're below ground.
Now that looks a bit dodgy.
They're stealing. On another quick side note, if you want to go looking for sage, you might actually spend 5 hours running around absolutely every garden in the entire monastery looking for one singular plant. If you decide to take the ineffective route of running around everywhere, you might actually stumble upon this key, which is in the herbalist office, or in the herbalist shed. If you keep going on the magical quest to find sage, you might also stumble upon this guy. Another crime.
What happened here? Was he climbing over the wall? But why? Either way, really couldn't have picked a better spot.
Never mind the dead guy. We're here to look for sage. No wait, never mind again. A guy, and he's alive.
God bless. What would you like?
What are you doing in the garden? Shouldn't you be inside?
What a beautiful day the Lord has given us. I feel in my bones it might rain, though. But no need to dwell on that now.
What? Why aren't you with the other monks?
Ah, it's beautiful here.
Because there's a contagious illness roaming around?
Look at me. What could some illness possibly take from old Brother Constantine? Find Brother Athanasius.
He should be in the dormitory above the library.
All right. I'll find him and deliver the message.
Blah blah blah, find some guy, deliver a message. Anyways, I'm out here looking for sage. Who has sage? Probably the herbalist.
What are you hunched over for there?
It turns out that he wasn't such a big fan of people snooping around his things looking for sage in the middle of the night, which is understandable, and he didn't even have sage. After looking around outside, we decide to head inside, where we accidentally find Monk Athanasius, which the guy in the garden told us to find.
Be careful with that scythe.
Unfortunately, he's asleep, so we'll head back later. While looking around inside, we find someone we know very well. Herbalist Joachim, the guy that we just tried to steal from that got very mad. We tried to get away from Joachim by running upstairs, but upstairs we accidentally find Brother Athanasius, but this time he's awake.
Are you Athanasius by any chance?
Yes, that's me.
Brother Constantine wants to...
Constantine? You know where he is? Is he all right? Has something happened to him?
Don't worry, he's fine. And
while I'm busy talking to Athanasius, Joachim and his goons
then
find
why hasn't
me.
he come back? Is he lost? Does he need help?
I don't think it's that. It seems he just doesn't want to come back.
What do you mean, doesn't want to? You have to convince him somehow. We can't let him stay out there alone.
I find it very hard to answer this question while I have 4 armed guards right behind me.
I think Constantine should stay in the garden. I won't try to talk him into coming back.
But what if something happens to him? Do you want that on your conscience?
It's his decision. And besides, there's no danger in the garden. He's in the fresh air.
Oh, perhaps you're right. But it doesn't bring peace to my heart. All we can do now is pray for him.
So we meet again.
Mercy! I surrender! Henry, I won't tolerate such behavior.
Hey! You're the one they're looking for here!
Calm down! I surrender! Henry, I won't...
Something, double the crime, double the time. And now, back to the real quest of finding Sage. It turns out that Sage is actually right outside the door, in the main part of the garden. Now that we have all the flowers, we can give some to Crispin so he can feel safe.
Thank you. Truly.
May I ask you a favor, then?
But please, keep it brief.
Do you know where I could get the ingredients for it?
Oils are usually made of herbs. I reckon you should find everything you need for the most common recipes in Joachim's garden.
I've actually spent 50 hours in Joachim's garden. Thanks for the tip. Earlier on, Dennis told me that we needed more food for the infirmary.
I hear you and Dennis are having a bit of a dispute over food supplies for the infirmary.
A dispute? Is that what he told you?
Well, not in those words exactly.
Solarian Julian doesn't want to help us until we've thrown rocks at this bird's nest and stolen glasses from a poor bird family.
I got more food for the infirmary.
Should I ask how you managed it?
Thanks for asking, Dinesh. Well, what I did was I harassed the bird family into giving me their glasses. Our bird stealing practice paid off, so we decided to stone this guy as well. By throwing rocks, we get him to turn around, so we can steal this particular piece of rope, which is the final ingredient we need to make the plague mask.
I hope this works.
Ooh, ninja. After assembling the world's coolest cosplay, we go back to the guy, throw more rocks at him, and sneak down into the cellar. We're down.
They were robbing the graves.
Turns out they were robbing the graves.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh, rotting corpses.
Yay. Wait.
A drawing of some kind of cross. Hey?
What's this?
We look through the parchment and find a cool drawing. And in pure anger, we decide to dismantle the entire building. We return to Albich, only to notice that while we were tearing down the wall, someone was tearing up our room.
Christ, Albich! What happened? Are you alright?
I am, yes. But it looks like we've been robbed. As you know, Henry, I spend a good part of my life at King Wenceslas's court, tending to his health. Thanks to that, I learned much about his private life, what ailed him, how and when he got injured, and what treatments I used.
While we sleep and ponder on who might have broken in, some shit goes down in the garden.
You stop that, for Christ!
The next morning, we all awake and wait for Benedict to phase through a door.
Good morning, everyone. I trust you've had a decent sleep.
And where's Benedict, anyway?
If I may, gentlemen. Haven't you heard? There was a fire here last night. No one burned, but there were 2 men in the shed. Or rather, 2 bodies.
Bodies?
With 2 bodies now adding to the list of crimes, we all agree that I should go check it out.
And when you do get to the bodies, take your time with the examination. Just try to remember what you saw. If you describe it to me later, I should be able to identify it.
I can't think of anything else.
Nor can I. Well then, best of luck.
As much fun as it is solving a murder case, I would much rather check out what's actually going on inside the crypt. So I head back to Crispin to check on him. Crispin.
You'd best move along.
I'm investigating the source of that illness that's been spreading around here. I came across the symbol of the Kingdom of Jerusalem during my investigation, and I was wondering if you might have any records or anything that might be connected to it.
We have the legacy of a knight named Boleslav Bavor, who journeyed through the Holy Land and visited Jerusalem. There was some connection to the monastery crypt, if I recall.
Really? Because I actually came across it in the crypt.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I ran into some laborers down there. From what I gathered, they were trying to rob some of the graves, and they were looking for something tied to the Jerusalem cross.
By Christ, they were after the relic.
What are you talking about? What relic?
There's a possibility that Bavor was buried here along with a certain relic. That's what got me interested back then. Here you go. Bavor's travel records about his journey through the Holy Land. And I've also found these old accounts. Feel free to study them too.
Oh. It really says here that he acquired a holy relic. Let's see how it continues. According to the journal, Bavor had himself buried here with his holy treasure. That sounds pretty clear. Let's see what the accounts say. So Bavor gave the monastery a generous donation and paid for a chapel mural painting. And still, despite all the records and mentions, Crispin had his doubts. Why?
Well, I
read the journal. A lovely tale. It really brought the Holy Land to life.
And?
And it says the relic Bavor acquired was a splinter from the true cross of Christ.
Holy Virgin! Such a sacred treasure!
Somewhere in the front of the church chapel there should be a mural that's dedicated to Bavor. All we have to do is go there and look for his crest, and that will be our next clue.
Look at that. Bavor's crest. This must be it. The King of Cyprus, Knight Bavor, and his relic. Though that shield looks a bit different than the one in Crispin's sketch. Almost the same, only on the mural it's got that inner scutcheon added.
Since nobody actually knows what the word inner scutcheon means, it's that drawing we found down in the crypt.
Likely at the knight's own request, and the crest's all in one, with an angel and the relic. That must mean something.
Now that we know for certain that Bavor has to be buried somewhere, we head down into the crypt to find his actual grave.
Bavor's crest. So it's true. What? That's not Bavor. I need to tell Crispin. Brother Crispin.
Henry, I searched through the archives again to see if I might still find something on Bavor, but so far nothing. And your search in the crypt? Did you dare go down there?
I dared. And more than that, I truly did find Bavor's sarcophagus in the hidden chamber.
By all the saints? And the relic? Was it there?
No. Why would anyone move him? Isn't that against God's will or something?
There are reasons for it. They're internal matters of the monastery. I shouldn't be discussing them with a layman.
So where could they have moved Bavor to?
Most likely to the consecrated field next to the monastery, or the graveyard by the infirmary church of St. Cosmas and Damian.
Better to scout the infirmary church first.
God be with you, Henry. I hope you managed to find Bavor at last.
On the way to the graveyard, we find the guy that saw the fires, and he's acting like a Beyblade.
Oh, everything's spinning.
I need to know what happened during the night.
I don't want to talk about it. Don't make me.
I need to ask about the dead, too.
Oh. But they were soaked. Soaked to the bone. And also, how to say it? Filthy. Both of them.
Filthy from what?
From shit.
Right. Thanks. I'll leave you be now.
Wait, I have no idea what to do with myself.
Thanks.
Since the main clue is that they've been in shitty water, we find the water.
A torch? Damn, this wasn't an accident. Someone torched the shed to cover their tracks. At least this grill is here. Oil. Burns like the devil. No wonder there's barely anything left of the shed.
I head to where the bodies are stored, and like a true detective, I completely miss them even though they're right in front of me, so I walk up the ladder instead.
Go on, find your master.
After investigating the scary second floor, I jump down the ladder again and discover that there's a mystical door here that we need to investigate. And then I see the bodies.
Right then. Where to begin? I'll start on the older one.
What follows is a long session of Henry using his two eyes to describe dead bodies to flies.
Pale, sunken eyes, missing some teeth, though that might just be age. Small, round. Completely stiff.
At this point, I'm not sure what we're describing anymore, so we head over to the other body.
What's that in his hair? Yeah, it's flour.
After having a taste of the dead guy, I think we have enough evidence to go back to Albich. As the two bodies were covered in shit, we head to the one place where there's a lot of shit.
Ugh, that's disgusting. There's no other way. A cart and rose bushes. If he dragged them through the ditch, no wonder they were in such a state. Wheel tracks. Headed that way towards the gate. Poor beast. Who did this to you?
Following the tracks, it leads us straight back to the herbalist hut, and it seems like he has a visitor of some sort.
What in damnation is going on there?
You said they were better. Were you lying or just that stupid?
They took a turn for the worse. It came out of nowhere, and there was no saving them.
And those books I got for you. You've half the monastery's library in here. Did you even bother looking at them?
I read every one, but I told you 100 times, I am not a physician. I don't know what you all expected from me.
You were supposed to use your head, damn it. Now everyone and their dog is sniffing around here.
I couldn't just...
I thought I made myself clear. They stay here, you don't leave, and nobody must know a thing.
But what was I supposed to do? Your master...
provided you with everything you needed and paid you generously. Or am I wrong? For everyone's sake. Dennis!
You give Dinesh the old 1-2 and a sword to the face. Boom! Meanwhile, at the infirmary.
To your health, my friend. Hopefully the worst is behind us.
Rats! Hey! Henry! It was his fault those two died. Give me just one more reason. Albich? Albich, what is it?
I have good reason to believe the relic is of great value to the king. Once you've got the relic and the records, come to the church. We'll meet there. And one last piece of advice. Hurry.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. Yeah, fuck. With Albich poisoned and the only antidote being in Zacharias' hand, we need to find the medical records of Wenceslas and also probably the relic.
Henry, the records, they're behind the scales.
What? What
First
scales?
order of business is to head to the graveyard behind the infirmary and dig off Boleslaus' grave.
My back. And the rest. I hope this is it. The armor, the crest, the sword. It has to be him. The valiant knight Boleslav Bavor. May his soul rest in peace. Only no sign of the relic. But then again, the mural showed that in his scutcheon in his crest. Forgive me, Master Bavor. You won't be needing it anymore. My God. A crusader's sword that saw the Holy Land. A true honor. Let's see if I understood it right. By all the saints. Praise be to thee, our almighty Lord, and praise be to thee, merciful Christ, who suffered on the cross for us. Thank you for remembering us sinners in this time of trial, and for letting me find this treasure. Forgive us our trespasses, and spare us from this dreadful plague. Let the righteous triumph, cast down the treacherous, and please save Master Albich's life. Amen.
All in all, that went surprisingly smooth.
Halt! We received a report of a suspicious ruckus in the gardens. What happened here? And what are you doing in the graveyard? I hate to interrupt, Your Grace, but something's happened that urgently requires your attention.
Did you bring more news from Masters Albich and Zacharias? How fare our sick?
Not so, Your Grace. The herbalist Joachim, may the Lord rest his soul, was found dead in his hut.
Christ alive!
No, dead.
How is that possible?
Henry here claims he was there and killed the murderer in self-defense.
I swear it's the truth. It was Dinesh on Zacharias' orders. And that's not all. Before I could stop him, Zacharias poisoned Master Albich.
Oh, by all the saints, as if things weren't bad enough already. Now this.
As we were rudely interrupted by the order, we finally get to talk to Crispin and give him an update.
Crispin, I wanted to thank you for your help. We found the relic, and we proved Bavor's story true.
Yes, we did well. But the thanks goes to you, above all to you. I just hoped that would be the end of the tragedy. That it would save us, but perhaps we're not worthy of such a miracle.
We head to the church shrine, as the abbot told us there might be scales there.
There are scales here, too. in the hand of Archangel Michael. Those are the records. Lord Almighty, thank you.
If you want to make fake medical records, I recommend going to the comedy store downstairs. They have excellent equipment and a very hard door.
So, how to go about it? These records should definitely resemble the original as closely as possible, so they look right at first glance. How would such a document begin, I wonder? I suppose I should get straight to what's troubling the king. But what might that be? Certainly a cough. Everyone's got that. Walks in fresh air work wonders. Maybe they'd help the king too. Sigismund is surely wondering why King Wenceslas has no heirs, and Albich knows that King Wenceslas is infertile. I could write something like, he's got a bastard child and fears admitting it. After all, he wouldn't be the first or the last, would he, Sir Radzig?
Now that we have both the relic and the fake medical records in hand, all we need is some backup and then we should be able to take on Zacharias.
Sir Ludolf, I spoke with His Grace the Abbot, and...
Words already reached me. My men are ready to assist you, should it come to that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
With everything now in place, there was nothing stopping me from seeking out Zacharias.
Do you have it? It's good to see you keep your word.
I hope you'll do the same.
You did the right thing. It'd be a shame to let someone like Albich die so... disgracefully. But first things first. Do you have the relic?
I do. Here it is.
Christ. Truly. Dear God. It's unbelievable. Sigismund, he... Yes, but... Also, hand me the records.
There. Let's hope they're worth the hellish torment you've got coming.
Oh. Judging by what's written in them, I'd say they are. Thank you. May the Lord repay you.
Get up!
Men, hold them back!
Stop this madness! This is the house of God!
We take out Zacharias' guards, chase him through the crypts.
It's over. You. If it wasn't for you, none of this would have happened. But what? But we can still fix this. We can still help everyone. I don't believe a word you say. Give me that antidote and surrender. And then what? You take the only thing you need, and then you kill me, like you did Dinesh. Or you arrest me, and you hand me over to Sigismund. You know very well what you'll do to me. This has to stop. Enough people have died already. Now give me that antidote. I can't. I can't disappoint Sigismund again. I'd rather take my chances with you.
The fight with Zacharias turns out to be 50 million master strikes and some guy with no armor having a lot of armor.
Zacharias. At last. Yes. Ironic, don't you think? So, if you really want to know, I couldn't help him. With an heir.
Sigismund is infertile.
Their whole line is cursed with it. That never occurred to you. Venceslas has no heirs either. Well, at least no legitimate ones. And Albich knows that all too well.
Why did you want Wenceslas's records from me?
Don't you get it? I wanted to know how Albich treats Venceslas. His infertility. And Sigismund would certainly appreciate it if I told him all the secrets of Venceslas's health. Maybe then he'd give me another chance.
So there you have it, the entire story of Ecclesiae Mysteria. The story of doctors in the church trying to figure out how to deal with infertility. The story of not the plague, and also the story of a bunch of guys living together. We learned a lot of things, like the fact that sage grows in the garden. But perhaps the real sage was all the friends we made along the way.
Amen.
Amen.